Combine a cup of warm water with 3 tablespoons of sugar. Stir to incorporate. Add 4 teaspoons of yeast and allow it to sit for 5 minutes. 1 cup of flour, 1 tablespoon of salt. Whisk together. Make it well, and then add your yeast mixture to it. It is preferable for you to use bread flour. However, bread flour is slightly more expensive than all-purpose flour, so I suggest doing a mix, which is what I did. I did a little bit of bread flour and then a little bit of all-purpose flour. The ratio is up to you. However, the more bread flour you use, the better your results will be. Add another 2/3 cup of liquid. And I'm going to use a standard mixer because this is going to be very difficult to knead all this by hand. Turn this on and let it knead your dough. You're going to want it from about 4 to 6 is the perfect mixing speed. As you're kneading your dough, you can add an extra half cup of water. That's what we did. And this is what our dough is looking like. Alrighty. Alright, I split the dough in half. So knead half of it at a time. Alright, your dough should have a good consistency. It should bounce back when pressed into. There we go. And it should be nice and stretchy. It should be really hard to pull it apart. Put it in a bowl. I would split them in 2 separate bowls. First, you're going to want to oil the bowl. Put it in the bowl. Put a towel over it and let that sit for an hour. Alrighty, there's your dough, there's your dough. Place towels over them and let them rise for an hour. This is what the dough should look like. After this, you're going to want to punch it down. And let this rest for 10 minutes. Repeat with the other one. Split your dough up into 8 pieces and begin shaping into balls. You can do this by first shaping it into a ball like so, kneading it, pressing it, and all that good stuff until you get ball-like shapes. Just keep doing that. And then once you get like roundish shapes or so, try to incorporate the best you can. You're gonna make a little hole in the center by lightly pressing in the middle and working your finger through. And then once you get a little hole going, then you can just, form a donut shape. And then from there, you got your donuts. You're gonna want to make these holes a little bit bigger and just keep working on it. And keep going at it with the rest of them. Alrighty, repeat with the remaining batch of dough. Add them to boiling water for 2 minutes. Flip them over after about 2 minutes of boiling. Give them a little egg wash when they cool down slightly. Doesn't need to be crazy amount, just enough to cover them. Continue with the rest. After egg wash, add your seasonings on top. You feel free to do sesame, poppy, everything, which we're doing shallots, sesame and poppy, and a little bit of salt. But feel free to dress them any way you desire. Cook 20-25 minutes at 425 on 2 baking sheets, either with parchment paper or a silpat underneath. And let them cook. Okay, after 20 minutes, this is what your final product will look like. Enjoy. Feel free to cut in half and freeze if you feel like you have too many bagels.